Okay. Gillian and Jessalee have comments. I'm going to bring them in before we recess.
Yes. Gillian, you have the floor. I'm monitoring the 3 minutes on my side.
Thank you. So I'm going to make an assumption that you're going into potential closed session over potential litigation over a meeting that Jessalee and Linda Hopkins and myself had with Tony and Kelly on Monday night. And maybe I'm wrong, but if not, at least I'll give you a little more information for your next session, closed session item when that does come up. So we met with, I just want to have an opportunity to give our side of the story so you don't only hear Tony's, because a lot of stuff that's come out this evening is very disturbing to me. And the accusations that our information is inaccurate or that we're lying is the exact opposite of the information that I have. So that's why I wanted to have a chance to have just a couple minutes. We didn't reach out to all the board members, obviously, at once for Brown Act issues, but we thought we could maybe try and get somewhere with Tony and Kelly first and ask them to consult with, your legal and our legal and have some conversation to where we could maybe come out all unified instead of so divided. But it's really clear to me this evening that the division is just still there and no one is listening to the community members. And it blows my mind that over 25 some people speak from Annalee and from El Molino in the public comment against consolidation, but yet it's still just brushed under the carpet. So I think the bigger issue here is we would love you guys to look at the potential litigation opportunities. I didn't outline them all on Monday night. I only outlined one or two. There's 5. But I would like you to look at the risk there. I would like you to consider the risk of going into litigation. I'd much rather spend my money and our money from the Lions Group on the kids. If we could come to some negotiation and some agreement to slow this process and make it more thoughtful, I'll give you the 75 grand and you can use it to save 3/4 of a teacher. If you continue to dig your heels in and push forward with this consolidation that is not only illegal for many reasons, but is just not right for our students, then we have no other choice. I don't want to get to that point, but I will tell you, it will if you allow it to. So here's where we're at. Think about these topics: equity and access to education for our lower income students out in Deep West County. Think about hearing the community to revote. Think about, well, I could bring up lots of stuff, but I'm not going to be going into details. Think about the things that are happening in the budgeting. Think about why Jeff left. Think about the CEQA analysis. Think about the stimulus money and the misinformation that's been given to you. Read the laws yourself. Talk to your legal. You're about to get some federal letters telling you that you can use this money. We need to work together. That's all we're asking for. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Jessalee.
Yes, Jessalee Mills here. Thank you. I know my phone's kind of muffled. My iPad died, so I apologize. But I echo everything Gillian just said. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I echo everything Gillian just said. I think it's really important that you guys look at what's in the best interest of the district and the people in the district, and not just what you want this super school to be, or what some of you want this super school to be, because that comes at extreme risks to the district and extreme detriments to the district. We have formed a group called, which we sent the letter out, basically clarifying some points that were inaccurate in the district's April 6th letter. We've named ourselves the Community Alliance for Responsible Rural Education, because that's our goal here. We're looking out for all these kids that are going to be affected by this consolidation without proper thought and without the proper process. So I urge you to take a look, listen to, I hope the information you're provided tonight is accurate. If it's not, we are willing to discuss with you what our plan is moving forward, but you have basically left us with no option at this point. And unfortunately, I think we're at a crossroads, and I don't think that you are going to do the right thing tonight, the district as a whole. I think some of you will. I think some of you have our district's interests in mind and our West County kids, but I think the majority does not, and I'm concerned. And so it's just really hard to process it's come to this, and we've raised a lot of money that, as Gillian stated, could go to the kids, could go to the schools, but instead we're gonna have to spend it on lawyers' fees. And it's unfortunate. We could be spending it on something a lot more productive. So think about that when you go into closed session tonight. We've reached out, we're trying to take the high road here, we're trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately, it's falling on deaf ears. So I really, really hope that you consider what is about to come. You know, we've pulled out all the stops and unfortunately you haven't listened. So thank you for your time, and I hope for the best.
Kelly, you're muted.
We will recess to closed session. Thank you.
And we're live.
All right, we're gonna reconvene to open session. And Angie, can you please report out on action taken in open session? I mean, closed session.
We voted in closed session to go beyond 10:30 PM. The motion was made by Jeannie and seconded by Lori. There was no other action taken.
Thank you. And do we have any comment from the public?
I do have an attendee here, but I don't see anybody raising their hand. God, the copy machine just went off and scared the crap out of me.
All right, we will move then to adjournment. Thank you very much, everyone, and get some rest and
Good night, everybody.
all right.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.